This encounter happened this late afternoon. I'm still very shaken up about this and cannot get it out of my mind, so bear with me. My day started as it normally does, early morning work shift, come home, drive my partner to work, come home to nap. However, when I got home, my partner texted me saying to pick them back up because they just got news they were laid off for the winter due to a very slow season. I went back out, came back and went for my nap while my partner went to play video games. I was in a pretty deep sleep with my favorite TV show playing as background that I've seen a million times. About 2 hours or so later, I'm woken up to my creaky front door being opened, followed by a deep and unfamiliar hello. I listened intently as I thought it could be my partner's friend who often stops by. I didn't hear anything further, so I shrugged it off to my TV and tried to go back to sleep. Shortly after that, I hear my partner open their bedroom door. I hear them yell, "Who the hell are you and why are you in my house?" I panic as I don't know who they're talking to, but I listen the short interaction. An older man, very startled by my partner's presence, explains that he had watched a package be delivered, and after no one came to get the package right away, he decided to come inside. The package was still on my porch afterward. My partner tells the stranger, who had been walking directly towards my bedroom, to leave and that they were calling the police. The man lingers, stalling my partner, and asks if he can use our bathroom. They say no, get out, and the man, slowly, makes his way out and drives away. We called the police immediately after he left, giving them his and his vehicle descriptions. I called my neighbor to let him know and keep an eye out, and he informed me that when he came home 2 to 3 hours earlier, that vehicle was parked at the end of our street, and when he drove by, the man covered his face. I can't stop thinking that this man knows my schedule and has targeted me for something, but I am so lucky that today of all days, I was not home alone. It started after 15 minutes when my friends left. First the rustling in the leaves and branches out in the edge of the woods, but far enough in away from the fire. It got closer and I could tell it was pretty big. We have horses and that do graze up on that campsite, and I know how they sound trudging through. This wasn't a time they were up in that pasture/camping spot. It got closer like it was checking out the smoke, far enough out in the woods to where I couldn't see it, but I could hear right where it was at. Then the hoot type sound came right from where I could tell it was at. Like it hooted at me, loud and low. I put my back to fire, chilled to the bone. Then I kept watch on the direction of the sound with just a machete that I brought for kindling chopping. Cursing myself for not bringing a rifle for protection. It felt like hours of the hooting sounds and the pacing of it back and forth scaring me. I'm not one to be afraid out in the dark on that campsite normally, but I just wanted my friends to return at this point. It was in reality just 1 hour and I saw lights from my friend's truck crest the hill, and I sprinted towards them as I heard the leaves rustle in the woods again. But I guess it took off. Forevermore scaring me of being on my own property without a gun at all times. Because that wasn't anything I normally would hear, and the only way I know how to describe it was big and curious and hooted extremely low, nothing like a barred owl or coyote.